Hi, this is Gabrielle Taylor. I'm here to report to you my human resources project. Excuse the small computer, but my other one isn't working right now, so bear with me. This is my interpersonal communication project. Okay, so your overarching goals are goals that are fundamental goals that have the potential to influence the life in a positive manner. My overarching goal is to become a better listener, communicator, to stop worrying and stressing about things I have no control over, and to place more faith in God. I want to pray more about receiving patience and wisdom in numerous aspects, but especially in the counseling field. So, in order to be a good counselor, I think it's best to incorporate God as much as you can so you make sure you're guiding someone the right way. Next slide. My background information is I'm a 24-year-old single female with no children. I have 3 sisters and 1 brother. I was born and raised in Oxford, North Carolina. I have my associate's degree in general studies, my bachelor's degree in criminal justice, and I'm working on my master's in human services counseling with a concentration in criminal justice. I just love the criminal justice field. I'm hoping to be a youth counselor or a juvenile counselor with all these criminal justice degrees. Behavioral blend is a disc. This is a different personality types that can be blended, focusing on individuals' needs and how they adjust to expected patterns of behavior. This is also like I'll explain it better. So, D is active task oriented. It's directing, driving, demanding, dominating, determined, decisive, doing. Active people oriented is I, inspiring, influencing, inducing, impressing, interactive, interested in people. Passive task oriented is C, cautious, competent, calculating, compliant, careful, contemplative. Passive people oriented is S, steady, stable, shy, security oriented, servant, submissive, specialist. Okay, so I was unable to take the behavioral blend assessment at the beginning of this course. So as I read the different types of behavioral blends, I believe that I'm a I. My personality is a plus. I think Highland struggle with pride. I love the spotlight. I've even considered being like an actor or actress and or a model just because I love attention. I'm active and people oriented, and I do love a crowd. I can be kind of shy too until I warm up and get to know you, and then I'm like a completely different person. I'm always goofing off and trying to make everybody else happy and smile and make sure they have a good day. Next slide. I was able to take the self-assessment, the uniquely you, and my results were insightfulness with a 72, and they indicate that I'm fairly adept at interpreting other people's words and actions and seeing things from their perspective, although the rare misunderstanding may occur. Overall, however, I seem to realize that empathy is an essential part of good interpersonal skills, and therefore will do my best to place myself in other people's shoes in order to better understand them. For the most part, I can sense what others are thinking and will likely adjust my behavior according to the person I'm holding a conversation with. If they seem confused or uncomfortable, there may be the occasional time when I pay more attention to the message that I'm sending rather than how it's received. With some time and experience, I'll likely be able to improve my insight even more. I definitely try to put myself in other people's shoes just to understand where they're coming from. Life isn't easy, and sometimes there's like a hardball thrown, so you want to understand what's making people feel that way or think that way, and try to be that person that understands what they're going through instead of judging them and making them feel bad about their situation. Gabrielle's communication. I'm a great listener. People look to me for honest advice. I can be a little too blunt. I need to worry about not what I say, but how I say it. I try to solve everyone's problems, and from this course, it's better to, just throw out something that'll help them solve their own problem instead of solving it for them. That's not good that I solve their problem for them. If the conversation is boring, I try to change the subject or make it about myself. I recently just realized that after taking this class. That's crazy because I'm like 24. I should have been on that, huh? I think my problems are more important, and I can be a little self-centered. But I think that's my whole family. Next slide is, where did my communication skills come from? The positives is I try to uplift one another. That's something me and my family always does. We've always been there to encourage each other. I prefer to, show people that I can be there for them. And I try to be there for people when it counts the most. The negatives, I can be kind of loud, but that's my whole family. I think we overtalk everybody. I think the only people that's kind of quiet in my family are the boys. I was the baby girl for 7 years until my brother came along. So I like to make everything about me, which is a negative. We aren't very affectionate people. So like, I'm really not good at hugging. I'm trying to get better. I can shake your hand. That's about it. And I think instead of approaching the problem head on, we avoid the problems and the conflicts. So I'm gonna get better with that too. What is good communication? To me, good communication requires one to be able to listen and respond in the appropriate manner. This form of communication can also be known as inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling is the way the information is perceived and processed. Exhaling requires self-disclosure and expressing feelings, which is good. Interpersonal communication. Interpersonal communication happens when the people involved talk and listen in ways that maximize the presence of the personal. In order for interpersonal communication to work effectively, each person must be willing to give out and take in the appropriate information to make the conversation work. That's good for any friendship or relationship. Breaking barriers. Self-disclosure isn't really a good strong point for me and my family. We're not good at sharing our feelings, and we tend to shut down when it comes times for that. So I want to work on that. Nonverbal communication. I need to work on my facial expressions. I tend to make a lot of those from what I hear. Verbal communication. It's not what you say, it's how you say it, and I can be a little bit straightforward. Listening, speaking barriers. Paying attention, positive perception, and being open-minded. Breaking barriers. I want to stop looking at stereotypes. I tend to like a good juicy story due to my entertainment factor. So if the story isn't juicy, I don't want to pay attention to it. So I'm working on that. I need to learn how to say what I mean. Pay attention to hurtful messages. I tend to get defensive with communication if the person isn't going along with me. And I like to have power in the conversation. And I need to help my family working on handling their breakups. Noise pollution. Anything that distracts the listener from paying attention to the speaker. Internal noise pollution is hearing what you want to hear. Self-talk. And that exists within the mind. Noise pollution, external wise, is noise that surround the communicators, such as vehicles, people, television, anything that's an outside force that's taking your mind off the conversation. Goals. My goal is to sit quietly for 5 minutes a day, observing the noises around me, so I can learn how to listen better. To recant at least one conversation I had that day to see if I completed at least 3 of the things listed on my breaking barriers list. And I have like a little funny video. Okay, so y'all gonna have to watch that on y'all own time because my time is running out. It's really funny though. Those were my references. I hope you found my video to be really, really good. And those are the barriers I want to break. Those are the communication skills I plan to work on. And that's about it. Thanks.